Well done, Rob. You completely changed the game when you came on. Were you a man on a mission, perhaps frustrated at having had to sit out the most recent games?
Yeah, I think I needed a performance like this today. It's been difficult, getting ends of the game. Every footballer wants to be on the pitch. The manager has his reasons, but I kept working hard, and today was, it was good for us to win. And for myself personally, I'm happy with my performance and I have to push on.
The first goal, was it about the movement?
Yeah, it's movement. I think with balls with crosses and stuff throughout the years, my movement in the box has been better. I tried to be less static and try to be on the move all the time. And the cross was a brilliant cross, and then I just came across my man and flicked it in.
And when you won the penalty, you just looked unstoppable. Nothing was going to get
you. Yeah, I think that's preferably my preferred actions. Running into space and using my speed and my power, and then the defender did a contact, and Georgie finished it off for us.
In fact, going into the game, you were 9 points behind the leaders, Man City. Was it vital you picked up all 3 points today?
Yeah, I think we are the hunters now. It's clearly that the last results for us were not the best, and now we have to chase. Every game for us from now until the end of the season is a final. You have to treat them like finals because every game in the Premier League is very difficult. But today we won, and now we have to push on and keep chasing.
Does it feel like you've made a bit of a statement? Level with Liverpool now, prove this is a three-way fight.
I don't know, I think today we had to do our job, we had to win the game. Aston Villa was doing really well in the last couple of games. Credit to Steven Gerrard and his staff and their players. They have a really good team. It was not easy for us. But in the end, our quality came through. And now we have to push on. We have to make sure that every game is a final, win, and that's it.
You did your job. Good to see you back.
Thank you.
Well, they've won that final. Interesting comments. And not that you were on the bench and left out very often in any of your clubs. But can you empathise with that sort of point to prove that he had today?
Yeah, because he wants to play games. He's been bought in for a lot of money. People questioned him when he came back to Chelsea, and he's been fit for a little while now. He had the COVID situation and the injury, but he wants to go out there, prove people wrong and score goals, and I think he showed that with his performance. He looked a bit more hungry today, looked like he really wanted to get a goal. He said he was bringing others into play, but he was playing with real enthusiasm, and I think sometimes for Lukaku, maybe his body language doesn't always show that, but today, he looked like he got on the pitch, he knew that his team needed him, he stepped up, got the goal, and I thought his performance in that second half was outstanding.
And he said that the manager had his reasons, so he's obviously been available to play, and he's not been starting.
Yeah, and they're correct reasons. I've seen him come on against West Ham. I've seen him come on from the bench, and nothing like that. Didn't have the energy, didn't have the movement. There was a lack of movement. And I think the manager's looking at him thinking, you're not ready. You're not ready. You're showing me you're not ready. He thinks in his mind he's ready, but go out there and do it on the pitch. Today, as Dan has just said, second half, he's trying to get on the shoulder, he's pinning people. He wanted the ball. He wanted the ball every single time. He was making runs that when it wasn't really realistic that the ball was going to come. But he looked eager. He wanted to show the manager, no, I'm ready. And he went and proved it tonight.
And did you sense when he came on at half-time that straight away there was a seed of different doubt in Villa defenders' minds?
Absolutely. I mean, as soon as he comes onto the pitch, they know... he's like, look, he wants to run in behind. His movement was always... The timing was spot on. He dips in behind Mings there and then, oh, there I am, in front. I don't know what Mings was doing there. He tried to body check him in the end. He beat him all ends up. Once you let the striker look at your number, you've got a serious problem. But Romelu's movement, if he wasn't getting it when he was pinning him, he was running in behind. Now automatically they go deep. Now he can see his number. Now he can see the ball and it's in the back of the net, and Mings is hopeless to that. He just could not deal with him. We saw with the second goal as well. He comes short, he runs them in behind. If you try and defend high up the pitch with Romelu Lukaku, he can run you in behind. He's got every asset, I believe, to his game. He just needs to continue to play on a regular basis. I was really interested to hear that interview because obviously they're not singing off the same hymn sheet. The manager is obviously not playing him for a reason. What Glenn has mentioned there. But once he gets away, you just can't catch him. Phenomenal, cuts across there, just buying the tackle from Konze. He's almost saying to him, like, bring me down. I'll get a penalty for my team later on. And we talked, Glenn made a good point. I think I would have given him the pen as well, Glenn. You would have certainly done that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think I would have done. It was right. They were still going to win the game if it was missed, but there shows great strength, and he knows what he's doing there. As Tim said, just holds him off, waits for the tackle, gets the ball on the outside of his body. Come and get it if you want. And I think I'd have given him the penalty. Jorginho's already had the one, right at the death of the game, and give him another goal maybe, and that would have set him on his way.
even when he's in that type of form, Lukaku, it doesn't even have to be a pass. It could just be like a hopeful clearance up the pitch into space. And because he's so strong, like he did for the penalty there, he held up the defender. He's got too much pace, too much power. And as I said, he needs to put in these type of performances because I think if Chelsea got any chance of closing that distance between them and Manchester City, they're going to need him firing.
Yeah, I think for the first goal, for his goal, the header, I think he must have made 6 movements.
Yeah.
And in the end, he gets across, Mings, and gets his goal. Yeah. But he wanted it before that. And that's when he's making that movement, he's as good as anyone. And that's why Chelsea brought him back. And that's what he was doing when he first arrived. I just think I don't know whether it was because of the COVID and the injury, he's had a little mind block where his movement stopped. But now, today, as I said, that was top quality centre-forward play.
OK, let's hear from the money who hasn't been playing him and indeed introduced him today crucially at half-time. Here is the Chelsea boss, Thomas Tuchel.
Thomas, what are your thoughts on that victory and how it came about?
Well, it's a big victory. It's very hard to play here. And when you go 1 goal behind Villa Park, gets even more difficult. But the reaction was very, very good. Mentality was outstanding. So a well-deserved win. We did not allow any chances, and we created a lot of big chances from possession and also from counter-attack. So job done. But yeah, we are worried. We have another injured players. We play with players, and we play against team who have no international duty. In some point it will catch us.
How much of a game changer was the introduction of Romelu Lukaku?
I don't know. For today, it was a game changer. But do we both know that that we have the responsibility to do that? We let Callum Hudson-Odoi play for 90 minutes because we need to change other players on the pitch. Who decides that? And so today he's the game changer. And maybe we do a big mistake here, letting players play from Corona and having 1 or 2 training sessions. But obviously they make us play, and so we play, and we play 2 more cup games, and we play against teams who prepare, who have games postponed, and who prepare 1 week these matches. Okay, so it's like it is, but this cannot be the right way.
You're taking the challenge on, so when you pick up all 3 points today, does that give you satisfaction? The change you made at half-time and what you changed around as well?
But there's not enough changes for us. It's as easy as that. I mean, 5 changes were invented because of Corona. Whole Europe has 5 changes, but whole Europe has a winter break, and we play through. And on which shoulders we put it? On the players' shoulders. Okay, so this is the result. Now they make us play all the time, even if we have COVID or something else. And now we have new injuries, and this will not stop.
Well, you can hear his frustration, but it was a big day for Romelu Lukaku. And Glenn, you've been having a look at Chelsea in the first half with Pulisic compared to when Lukaku came on.
Been saying it was a completely different performance from Chelsea. There's no doubt about it. This is the examples of there was nobody to hit. To get across in there, you had to be perfect. The ball had to be, you're not having to hit an area, you're having to hit a spot on. And they're small lads, and Villa were coping. They get to the byline here again. There's nothing to be picked out, really. It's a tough cross. Second half, of course, with Lukaku now, getting on the back of defenders. Oh, Darren, you're a little bit disappointed.
Yeah,
he didn't hit that.
I think he can get in on that one.
Yeah. And then again, he's made that sort of movement that we're talking about, but he gets across the front of Mings. And it gave Chelsea second half an option to put crosses in the box. And I think that was why he was brought on.
And just to go back to the point you made, if they're going to keep on the coattails of City and probably Liverpool, the performance and consistency of him is key to that, is it?
It is key because, as Glenn was saying there, you look at the first half performance, everything's got to be precise. They can't hit an area. It's got to hit the perfect ball, the perfect cross, the perfect pass. But when you've got someone like Lukaku who's willing to run, put that type of energy in, if they want to close that gap, I think he's going to be key because he will get them goals. If you keep supplying him the chances, he's shown when he was in Italy, when he's here the first time with West Brom, Everton and Manchester United, that if you keep supplying him opportunities, he'll score goals. Last season at Inter, scored all of them amount of goals. So I think Chelsea and Thomas Tuchel, I understand what he's saying, the frustrations, but if you want to keep winning games, you have to keep playing him and he will get you the goals.
Well, Joseph, what a party.
Yeah, it was a great victory for the players, the fans and everyone.
What do you think about your performance?
I think it was good, and each game it keeps getting better.
We need this match, no, with 3 goals.
Yeah, it was really great because we fought hard for this victory, and everyone deserves to be happy.
Bueno, es el mejor partido de la temporada en lo que va de Liga, ¿no?
No sé si el mejor, pero sí el que hemos sabido jugar con el marcador a nuestro favor, que nos estaba costando mucho, y sobre todo felices por ganar en casa, porque nos estaba costando muchísimo. Desde que hay público en el estadio solo habíamos ganado un partido de no sé cuántos, o sea que hoy el partido creo que era fundamental porque nos ponemos también a 3 puntos del Español, que es un rival directo, para alejarnos de ahí abajo, para irnos tranquilos de vacaciones y pensar en lo que viene.
Con el partido contra el Valencia también nos ponemos por delante, pero el Chacho se quejaba, ¿no?, un poco que nos había faltado controlar el partido, y es lo que tú dices, ¿no? Se ha conseguido.
Bueno, sobre todo hoy no hemos tenido errores individuales que nos pagaron contra el Valencia. Creo que es un partido para sacar conclusiones positivas. Hemos vuelto a ganar en casa, tenemos que hacernos fuertes aquí de lo que queda de temporada, porque fuera de casa sí el equipo está respondiendo bien y tenemos que seguir esta línea.
Cuéntame el gol, ¿no? Porque ha sido una jugada rápida, pero cuando te ha llegado ha sido como mucha pausa, las pican. ¿Cómo ha sido?
Bueno, recibo de Hugo, controlo y normalmente Diego López suele salir a tapar. Veo muchos partidos y Diego López en los 1 para 1 suele salir a tapar, entonces yo controlo y él no ve lo que voy a hacer, entonces intento picársela un poquito y cruzársela con tranquilidad.
¿Cómo ya tocaba?
Tocaba, pero ahora mismo sentimos una alegría inmensa, ya no solo por el partido, sino estamos trabajando como el que más, estamos en el día a día muy sacrificados, con los pies en la tierra, con humildad, y al final somos una piña y hoy nos lo merecíamos y se lo merecía también la afición, que pues mira, no estamos ganando, no nos están saliendo los partidos en casa y aún así la afición cree en nosotros, nos apoya y nos transmite el cariño día a día.
Eso te iba a decir, ha dicho que sois una piña equipo, pero la afición también, hemos visto ese momento tan bonito ahí en la esquina.
Sí, sabemos que le debemos mucho a esta afición, no solo de esta temporada, sino que por desgracia hemos vivido un par de temporadas muy jodidas, sobre todo a nivel mental, muy difíciles de sacar, y las hemos sacado esas temporadas gracias al apoyo de ellos. En otra situación, en otro equipo, la afición lo dejaría de lado, y aquí, cuanto peor iban las cosas, más estaban con uno y con el equipo. Y eso es de agradecer, y se lo agradeceremos hoy, mañana y en un futuro.
En lo personal, vuelves después de varias semanas que parecía que sí, pero al final no, 90 minutos con asistencia.
La verdad que bueno, no estoy al 100%, pero creo que he podido ayudar al equipo. Venía de mucho tiempo parado, unos problemas que no se me daban ido. Entrenaba, tenía que volver a parar, volví a aparecer, volví a parar. Bueno, espero que ahora sea el fin de esta lesión del carajo, porque ya estoy frito, y que pueda ayudar a contribuir al equipo.
Saca 2001, 2022...
por el 2022 a tope. Tenemos que seguir con los pies en la tierra, saber quiénes somos, de dónde venimos, y con esta afición, con el equipo, con el compañerismo y el sacrificio, no quiero ser pesado, pero creo que son las claves para mirar hacia adelante en un futuro.
Gracias, Hugo.
Gracias a vosotros.
Gracias, Hugo.